Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Now the morning is the afternoon. We lay awake in bed. The laughs so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. The moonlight, summer sky, it was the best we ever had. And we'll stay on forever. We'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. We're gonna be, we're gonna be.
Good morning, good afternoon. I'm back. I had a great vacation. Thank you so much. Good morning, Rev. Wonderful to see you. And yeah, the trip went well. Good morning, Jessica. So yeah, I had a good trip. It was a couple of nice days away. I guess to some extent kind of nice just to leave everything behind and just spend time with those you love. I guess that's a short version of it. I also finished some things while I was on vacation. That's awesome, right? Like I finished scrunchies. These are just a few. Finished 4 in each color, so 12 new scrunchies. They are on the web shop. Link to that in the description box down below. But yeah, as I said, I got them updated. Snow White, Grey, and Lime is what we have here. So that's been added to the collection, and I already took photos and stocked up. So that's good for those that's interested. Oh my goodness, we have a military aircraft coming over quite low here. Sounds so high when it does. Like they have this training route just over our house apparently, and sometimes they just come and they fly really, really low. Maybe, I don't know, 300 meters up in the air. It's crazy when it happens. And I'm not really sure if it's even fully listed. No, they won't tell us. because it's a military one. They won't go on flight radar, obviously. The sad truth. But yeah. So, had a good time. Did see a castle. Yay. Um, went to the scan with my mom at the hospital. Hopefully it goes well. We should have results. I'm not sure if it's next week or the week after, but hopefully we have good results. She seemed well for everything given the situation, so that's great. She still, of course, goes tired insanely quickly, so she has really, as she says herself, her batteries are ever so challenging because um, sometimes they just suddenly run out, and it's not like you can plug in new until you have had a longer rest. It's a little bit like, guess, like driving an electrical car. Sometimes you need to charge it. What we did do on the way to Denmark was we really paid attention to where can we charge cars? Should we ever go electric? How long would it take, and so on. And on the way home, we had to stop to fuel the car, and we saw another Dutch car, and they were charging, and they were charging when we came, and they were still charging when we left after we had fueled our car. So I guess it's not really exactly enticing us to go full electric. That said, they are right now making a tunnel between Germany and Denmark, which it's in to replace the ferry that we currently take instead. And once that's replaced, I think that it's much easier for us to consider the electric beats, because then we don't need to drive to reach a specific ferry at a specific time, going through traffic in Germany and so on. And the traffic in Germany this time was crazy, to say the least. Around Hamburg, it's also always nuts. And when we were on the way there, we saw some road signs saying that, please note, there is partially road block when you go on the A1 towards Berlin, which is basically what we do to some extent. We keep going on the A1 until we turn off to drive towards Lübeck. And I was like, I don't have a good feeling about this. So I instantly went to check on Google Maps, and Google Maps suggested us to take a different route, which was through Hamburg. And I was like looking at my plan, I was like, I have a feeling this is a good idea, actually. So we followed Google. And when we were about halfway through the center of Hamburg, we got the radio news saying, please note that the cross at A1 just south of Hamburg is fully blocked in both directions. Apparently, some truck had got caught fire, and the whole cross was totally fully blocked for it to be cleared. So we would probably, if we had kept driving on the road, been stuck for at least 2 hours before it would have been cleared. So I can say we had an interesting drive, and luckily we arrived fine and handy and dandy in Denmark. Good afternoon, Helle. Great to see you. And what's also is, we joke a little bit about that. We went to Denmark to cool down, and now we are back in the heat. And why do I say that? Because in Denmark we had like 20-ish degrees Celsius and cloudiness. Here, we're back into the 30s. Welcome back home. Thank you ever so much. Let's say if Nightbot should be in here with us, I do believe it should be, but we should be around 30 plus ish degrees. Yeah, 34. There's you. We're in the 90s. We came from just around 70. Yay. Sunny with temperature of 93 degrees Fahrenheit, so about 34 degrees Celsius. The wind is blowing from south at 7 miles per hour, and acute humidity is 28. It is sunny, it is dry. We could use some rain. While I've been away, even though just 5 days, my tomato plant outside has grown huge. So yeah. So what are we gonna do today? We have a few options. We can, if we want to sew, because that's the reality, I haven't finished yet. I still need to sew one more shoulder on the waistcoat plus the sides, and then we need to find a bigger crochet hook than I have here downstairs. So I think that's not really a project I'm inclined to do because that's going to be mainly sewing. No, it's here, but yeah, nah. Then I have the yarns to start another of the granny inspired bucket hats. The Krølle Bølle bucket hat, where we made one earlier this month in black and grays. These are brown colors, brown shades. We can start one of those. If we don't now, I'll probably head into within reasonable time in any case. So it is one I have to start on in August, no later than August. And then the last option we have is the Veilwyn Shawl, because I got started on that in the car as well. So not only did I crochet scrunchies, which I mainly did in the car when I was in Denmark, as well as on the way home until we got to the ferry. I finished the last scrunchie in Denmark. So actually I crocheted all of those scrunchies while I was in Denmark. But we also have the Veilwyn Shawl here. Let's see if I can actually seemingly hold it up. So this I got started, as you can see. Ta-ta! We got it started. Which probably is the one I'm most keen to work on right now, to be honest. But yeah, feel free if you would like to influence. Let me know. In Denmark right now it's between 28 and 29 degrees Celsius. So they have also got it a bit warmer. I do apologize. Oh. But anyhow, that is the reason I have no tea today. I am back on the lemonade. So cheers. I reached round 20 on Veilwyn. And I did use the off-white, and this is how much it took, basically. You can see the gap through. Yay! I'd assess maybe a third of a cake. And then, of course, the Veilwyn here. So that is basically probably what I'm looking at. Rev says, seems to me only one has a time limit. Yeah, well, the only time limit obviously is actually the waistcoat, and that time limit is 2026. So we have another 5 months. And I kind of want to start on the bucket hat, but yeah. Rev says I may be a simple country lawyer, but I reckon the bucket hat seems to be the best play. Could do that, definitely. For the Veilwyn, I definitely need to pay attention because I need to read the pattern. Well, I need to do that for the bucket hat too. And it's just more because I'd like to get started on the bucket hat because it's summer and it's a summer item. So it makes absolutely best sense to make bucket hats from a practical point of perspective, right? I do need to weave in some ends on the Veilwyn as well. And the Veilwyn doesn't really have a deadline. It's just nice to get done. Yeah. Well, given bucket hat is the only suggestion right now, I'd say we'll do the bucket hat. And then we can always change if we get bored or if my fingers need a break or whatnot, right? Like that is a simple option here, I would say. Good. Putting that way, finding my stitch markers and my row counter, and we need my 4.5 millimeter and a 4 millimeter. That's a 4. We may not need the 4 today. knowing my pace. That was a 4.5. Rev says, guess what I'm working on? I would say you're working on another blanket. Or are you actually getting started on, you are also going to make some sort of wearable. I just don't remember what anymore. But a blanket would be like the ultimate winner, guess. Guess. Somehow. Not a blanket. Holy moly, not a blanket. Something happened there. Ooh, a market bag. Let's pop over and check it out. The Speedy Wee Stitch market bag. Yay. And lots of ads, of course, for the free version, I assume. But indeed. V-Stitch market bag. Oh, they also have like, but that's a bit Granny Square inspired. A market bag is always good to have. I want to get back into, I was wanting to work on designing one actually. But I just kind of got lots of other things to do. I had ideas. As it often happens, I have ideas. Okay, so we have yarn. We should change the view to our dual camera view. And we'll pop you guys down. Oh my goodness, we need a different light for this. That is no good. That means that we all go all light and then we go back dark. Now you can actually see what's going on my screen, huh? Okay, so the yarn we are going to be using today is the Linda Hobby Cotton 88. And we are making the Krølle Bølle Summer Hat. There's a link to the pattern, at least to the English pattern and where you can buy it in the description box down below. It is from Hobby. You can probably maybe also get it on Ravelry. I'm not sure. But I should check, I guess. She probably has them on Ravelry, but I'm not sure, to be completely honest. I am not sure. No, I don't think so. Okay. Now I need to find it, though. Okay, so the Linda Hobby Cotton 88 is basically an 88 cotton, so it's a DK weight cotton. This is a colorway 104 called Savannah. It is 50 grams gain, so 1.75 ounces to 80 meters, or about 87 yards. You can wash this in 50 degrees Celsius, so 100 plus odd degrees Fahrenheit. Iron is definitely possible. You can also lay flat dry. Do not tumble dry. Do not bleach. Do not tumble dry. Let's see. 100% cotton. They call for 4 to 5 millimeter needles. If I am to make the gauge, I do 4.5, and I'm still a little bit on the gauge, to be honest. So yeah, don't ask me why. So I'm still on the smaller end. So what I should do, because it's possible, I guess, I should see if I could grab the, I can. That is, oh my goodness, what happened to this yarn? That went naughty. Yep. I use the 4mm for the sides because I think that makes a nicer finish for when I'm doing the granny bit. And yeah, basically you can do all your favorite colors. You could also do different colors. You don't necessarily need to do the 3. I like the 3. They work up nicely, I think. What's interesting is it doesn't have a slip stitch between. It just goes like you just keep cracking on to the following rounds, which is quite interesting actually. Let's see here. Da, da, da. So it works spirally. Chain 3 and 4. Yeah, just make a magic ring. Stuff chain 3. First round crochet 8 single crochet around the blah blah blah. Place a stitch marker in the first. Okay. Yeah, we should know, I guess. Meanwhile, Rev did finish 2 blankets while I was away. Oh my goodness, so you have been busy while I was on vacation. Busy on blankets. Nice. Well, I was busy on, obviously, on finishing scrunchies. Now, I do not need to make scrunchies for a while. My stash is full of scrunchies. Plenty to sell, to gift away if I need a present. So 2, 4, 6, 8. That was 8. So now we pull our string close. And if I remember correct, we start by increasing in each stitch around. Indeed, I just keep track on my... It's actually supposed to be for knitting, but it works. It's nice to keep track with. So, what happened here? Two, 4, 6. It's like it all did. Ah, it curled. Right. I get it. 2, 4, 6. So that would be my first stitch. Oh my goodness. That is a tight start. Well, I think we'll pull this one tight after. So that would be my new first stitch of the round. And then we need one more. And then basically it is increase in each stitch. It's all single crochets. So it's going to take some time before we actually see progress on this one. But yeah, maybe it's a good idea. Shawls is a year-round thing, can be used year-round. Hats, in this case, bucket hats, it's more a summer thing. And I need to be better at making advertisements for myself. I have not been good enough at doing that this year. It's like I'm good at postponing things. Oh. But yeah, further than that, no crazy plans for the coming period of time. It's just, yeah, get stuff going and crocheting, I guess. We can do, or well, I can do, I need to prep for blocking a bunch of items. And I still need to keep on with um, sorting my stash, but we are getting closer to the end than we were a month or two ago. So we are definitely getting closer. So the following row is single crochet and increase. Good morning, Susan. Also, I can't believe it's already the end of July. I mean, it's another 2 days. It's already August on Saturday. My goodness. This summer has really flown by fast, by any means. It's been quick. Don't know about you guys. How have you been while I've been away? Did you just chug on with daily life, or did you also enjoy some days off, or just been busy crafting? Also, we may have Lisa coming in and telling us the gender. No, she's away. Lisa is at wedding. She's in Mexico, right? So we may not see Lisa because she's traveling today, if everything goes well. So we may not see Lisa. Susan says, "Hey Rev, saw your blankets at the Long Island reveal. Beautiful. Oh, sweet. Some public event that I totally missed out on? Or yeah, probably. I've kind of been busy doing all sorts of stuff, right? There were some things that I didn't even realize that I wasn't missing, so to say. So that was pretty cool when I was away. That was row 3. Ah, it was live on Jan the Jan Alex channel. Yeah, okay, I totally missed that while I was gone. I did not keep track on stuff, I admit. To increase. And now I'm just, cracking on. The next project, and Rev suggested me to focus on this bucket hat. So the benefit of focusing on the bucket hat here, of course, is that we can hopefully use up another skein of yarn before the end of the month. Depends on how quick I am. But I have to say my yarn consumption for July is really rocking it. Blanket donations for a New York hospital. Oh, that's cool. Donna and Fran did a good job with that. I think it's awesome with people and the help they do. Mm. In Denmark, there is a community who crochet amigurumi for hospitals to help kids be more comfortable or have a friend in a less so comfortable situation, which I think is a great purpose too. I mean, oh yeah, and I brought a bucket hat, um, which I made a long time ago, which I wasn't really happy with how that turned out, but I didn't want to frock it either. And the three red beanies I made earlier this winter, I brought all of those with me to Denmark. So I donated them to the good cause there, which helps. It's crisis centers and homeless people. They help both. And hopefully they can use them. Let's pop over. The corner to corner and granny stripe made with the premier puzzle in the cat's cradle color. Ooh. Nice. Definitely nice. First blanket that I finished while I was away. Yeah, because I've been gone for like a bit more than a week, right? Week and a half, technically speaking. Because even though I were home some of last week, I just didn't have time to go live. There were so many things going on. And I have to say, I have missed you guys. I have missed you guys. It's definitely, yeah. I guess I've gotten used to hanging out with you guys and crafting. That's a nice thing to do. I really like it. I enjoy it. Okay, so I was about to do an increase in the stitch. And we finished round 4. Ta-ta! They did a great job showing the beautiful makes. I think it's a great idea also to actually show off what people has donated. Definitely. I think that's a great idea. So like the Danish group of people that makes the amigurumis for children who's hospitalized in Denmark. It's just a photo. It could be really cool if one makes like something big of it. Susan, today we decided that we are working on another Krølle Bølle bucket hat. So the same bucket hat type as we made the black one in the past, the black and gray. Now it's just in browns. So we have these two, the darker brown and the lighter brown, we'll be adding as well. But I decided to start on it at least because I kind of want to get started on it because it's not a big project. Yay for being able to finish more projects. And point 2, I could use up some yarn, which I'm doing great for here in July, like as in really great. Let's see. Step by. But this is all the single crochets, and I know I'm not gonna finish this one today. It's gonna take me a couple of many hours, but we got it started. And even if I get it so far that I'm ready to do the granny bit, I can much easier just bring that for as a couch project. It's quite okay for a couch project. Right now it's just all the counting between the increases and so on. So as long as we're doing that, it is less interesting of a couch project. But the granny bit is definitely couch project friendly. So there's that. It's cause us Americans are nicer than our reputation would allow. Canadians are nice as their reputation suggests. Okay, that's a new one. That is a new one. I yeah, I guess we are all generous to some extent. We should be. I believe if one is able to give things, it does allow you the more chance of getting help the day should you need it. But that will only happen if you're also willing to help others while you are able to help them. If that makes any remote sense. It's like, if you go do the groceries and the queue is ginormous and you only need to have two things. I don't know what it is. A banana and a bottle of milk, whatever. Um, and then everybody who's standing in the queue have massive loaded cars and it's going to be forever and you're almost debating on just walking out the store because it's going to take forever for whatever you're getting. And there is just someone being like, hey, you only have two items, get in front of the line in front of me because before all of my stuff is unloaded on the belt, you have already paid. And I let people like that in front of me because the day when I need to do that and I'm in a hurry, I believe that it's more likely to happen that somebody will grace me with the fact that and let me in front of them. It's I guess you could call it karma or some sort of yeah. I don't know if it actually has a word, but we help one another in certain situations. Even though we have all learned to queue, doesn't mean that you can't get the opportunity to get in front of another person in the queue if you just have a few things, especially if everybody else has lots of things. Okay, so we do have things going on. Also, I am waiting on a parcel, so I may have to go in a few when the courier arrives. I'm waiting on a parcel, and um, um, and the new neighbors are renovating their flooring system and stuff like that. So it has been a bit noisy outside here today, but the door is closed because we want to keep whatever cold we have indoor, and the heat outside. Reciprocal altruism. That is a very fancy word. I will have to Google that. My goodness, I almost can't pronounce it. Reciprocal altruism is a behavioral strategy where an individual helps an unrelated person or animal while accepting a temporary cost with the expectation of getting a repayment or favor later. Yeah. I guess, we're all subconsciously being less selfish. Welcome back, Jessica. We decided on the bucket hats because I said I wanted to start on it no later than August at least, and then we decided maybe it was better just to get started on it because of a few things. It's summer. It's a bucket hat that I'm likely going to end up selling, and you use bucket hats in the summer. You don't use bucket hats in the winter, so I should make it now so it's ready for summer. And then I should also get all of the bucket hats listed on my website. Or prep them for it. And then I'm on round 20 on the Veilwyn Shawl, so we could probably pick that one up later, like when I'm funky here. Meanwhile, Jessica did start on the Veilwyn Shawl herself. She's at row 33, so you're a bit further than me on the Veilwyn Shawl. So yeah, my Veilwyn Shawl is doing okay. I'm at row 20, finished row 20, so I'm about to start row 21 on that one. Would it be nice to finish it in August? Absolutely. I don't have a deadline for it though. This one I would like to finish sooner than later. And that is why we are sitting here right now. To help me get closer to that. That also kind of makes me into the, I want to get going on the amigurumis. I had this idea, the amigurumi idea. 2, 4, yeah, we need to do 4 singles. So that's actually an August project, I think, because I want to make the bat, or I want to make a bat, an amigurumi bat, because Halloween is kind of coming up, and I mean, if I wait too long with that, then that's gone, right? So let's see here. Binks the bat. Let me pop over. It's a pattern from Hobby. I have it. Apparently it's $3.95. But here it is in all black. But I have it just in black. And then I wanted to make the black, but to use a lighter purple on the inside of the wings. So I'll make it black instead of gray, and then with the purple thingy. That's gonna be cool. I can do that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I have yarns for it. It's all in my stash upstairs. I don't know. It's not gonna take that long. It's a quick one. But that is that's my project for August. That is one of my goals. Ah. It does indeed look very similar to the bats that Kelsey made in her last video. I agree. I think bats generally look like bats, but it does definitely they are similar. I've had this pattern for a couple of years. I just haven't gotten around to making it. I think I've had it at least 2 years in my pattern book. It was one of the patterns I remember that I claimed back when they had the Hobby Plus, where you could get 3 free patterns a month. That was one of those that I claimed. I remember. Let's see. That's 2. So we need to make 2 here. Yeah, Jessica, it was about generally, doing other people a favor, in the hope that it will pay back later. Like when you start doing your groceries and you have a full wagon of groceries, and somebody comes with just 1 or 2 items, and you let them in front of you in the queue because before all your items is on the belt, they have likely already paid for theirs. So why not just let them through instead of letting them wait for you to take forever? I tend to do that, especially on days where I know that I'm not in a hurry, because there is a bigger chance that somebody would be generous to me in the future. That's what I subconsciously hope. It's like pay it forward before you know if you will ever receive anything back, kind of thing. And apparently, reciprocal altruism is the word that describes such behavior. Two, four. Jessica says I usually do that. I also pay if somebody is shortchanged, as in if somebody is missing the last dollar to be able to pay for the groceries. Like, I think it's about 2 years ago. I was, oh wow, that's very generous. That I think I haven't done, but I don't think that's a common thing here either. I guess it depends very much on your community. I helped an older lady a couple of years ago, probably like 2.5 years ago. She was doing her groceries and had everything paid for, and then she realized she couldn't get it home on her own. And the cashier didn't want to call a cab for her. And she was a little bit like desperate. So she looked at me and asked if I could help her. And I happened to be with a car. So I actually offered to drive her home. And she was poorly walking as well. And it wasn't like a far drive. I just asked her before I did, because I was like, I'm just making sure she was living somewhere in the area. Being like, okay, where do you live? And she told me where she lived, which was about a kilometer and a half in the wrong direction. So no more than a mile. And we put her groceries back in my car, and I drove her home, and I helped her indoor with her groceries. And she wanted to offer me something. She felt really bad. And I allowed her to feel better by paying a little amount that would cover the gasoline. But I didn't get indoor to join her for a cup of something to drink. Not that I didn't want to, but I also had something that needed to go into the freezer at home, and it was summer, so it must have been 2 years ago. So I kindly declined and said I had to get home with my stuff that had to go into the freezer, and she understood. So, yeah, helping people is a good thing, I think. Especially if you want to get help at some stage yourself. I'm just using the stitch marker to help me count, so I don't need to count in between. Hey, there is the post guy. I think my parcel is arriving. There's a very big chance of it, which means that we will need to prep to go into a be right back mode while I pick it up. So I will be right back in a very few.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. So loud as the hours pass, we're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. The moonlight, summer sky, it was the best we ever had. And we'll stay on forever, we'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. We're gonna be. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Now the morning is the afternoon. We lay awake in bed. The laughs so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. The moonlights, summer sky, it was the best we ever had. And we'll stay on forever, we'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young.
So, I genuinely mean, I swear that they were unpacking the whole truck to find my parcel. And the neighbors also had to get a few parcels, and they were pretty heavy. So they unloaded and gave them to him first. So that took, well, obviously longer than. And then it looked like they drove away, and then they hadn't. And well, anyhow, I got my parcel, but it definitely took longer than I normally would. And I guess I was pre-assessing if it normally takes a pace. I was like, okay, I'll just be ready to pick it up. But every time I try to do that, it usually goes wrong. Anyhow, we finished row 5. 6 actually. But yeah, I'm just trying to at least get to the, if we can get to the bit where I need to start at the new colors and so on, that would be fine. And then we can skip to the Veilwyn Shawl, for example. I don't know. What are you guys working on today? I know that when I left Denmark, my mom spoke about she wanted to start making Christmas decorations. So I assume she may still be working on making Christmas hearts, like crocheted Christmas hearts and stuff like that. And she did, by the way, I did get my t-shirt. I just need to get it washed. It's a little bit and I think that's the yarn. It feels dusty, fluffy. So I need to get it washed. It's probably a lay flat to dry. Looks good. It fits. The only thing, if I were to make a new or order a new, on the side, the arm sleeves is pretty deep. So if I like stretch up my arms, like you can see whatever underwear I'll be wearing very clearly. Or I would need to have some sort of a tank top underneath, which is also an option. But it fits, so that's the positive bit. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to see if I can find a skin-toned bra to wear under it, or or if I'm just not gonna care if my bra is visible underneath. Personally, I don't really care, but maybe others care. I don't know. Would you be offended? That's a big question. Would you be offended? Because it would be more than just a bra strap, right? It would basically be like quite visible. Revis on round 10 of 10 of the increases for the bag. Yay! It's going to be a fairly nice sized one. That is awesome. Anyhow, Helle, I got your charger delivered as well today. So when I were in Denmark, my mom saw I had this fancy charger where I could, on one plug, I could charge multiple devices. And she thought that was a very practical thing. So she asked if I could get one for her too. I said, of course. After 9 rounds, I am at 37 centimeters. Oh, 14.5 inches. That is definitely a nice size. I've seen some of these like mochila styled, so like they're like mosaic styled bags. On that note, I actually have yarns for a granny square style bag, or it's granny type style bag. And I think it's a project for next year, though. Maybe a project for January. It's a project for my Advent series because it's a project I know very defined what I want to make, if that makes sense. But yeah, the reason I said it's the yarn seems to like I need to give it a wash is because I tried having it over my top. I have actually 2 black things on, so it's not showing very clearly, but I tried having it over my tank top here, and it was kind of dusty from it. And it looks better. It drapes better on me when I'm not having the tank top underneath. Which is not unlogical. But yeah, so if I were to make it personally or reorder it, it should definitely be higher. But at the same time, that's maybe what makes it nice and like airy. I think the mailman also had his son with him at work because there was this kid that I think he's probably like 8 years who helped delivering the parcels. And that will be the only reason I can imagine for him to do so. Ooh, and tomorrow I have an appointment with the massage guy. That is gonna be heavenly. Jessica says after those shawls, I'm gonna start another hat collector's shawl, the big one. Did a small one for the first one. Oh, so you finished the small one? Sweet. I am the hat collector shawl is paused. Like no more hat collectors for me right now. I have yarn for I can easily make a second or a third, but I mean right now I just no. I need something else. So we do the Veilwyn, and we also have the water pearl I need to get done, which is laying around. I promised myself to start looking at it in August. So that is definitely a clear goal. I need to give it a look in August. It's not August yet. This weekend it is. Ooh, thank you. I got sparkles. Thank you so very much for the sparkles. It's like apparently these gifts things are new, so for me it is a new thing as well on the channel here. And I'm not really completely sure how it works, but I'll figure out. But it is a way to support me. It says Gnista here, but I'm sure that's Danish. So I translated sparkles. Party hats too. But yeah, so basically it's possible to support with jewels. I think it's a bit similar as to do what they do on Twitch. But further than that, I'm not completely sure how it works in my end. But I'll find out. Very much appreciated, actually. I guess these are like super chats, right? So we should celebrate a little bit. Thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sunshine! I mean, thank you. It's definitely sunshine. Absolutely perfectly fitting here. Thank you so much for your support. Absolutely appreciated, but not expected. So it is appreciated and valued. Trust me. Thank you. Warms my heart. So we did one more row. What does the pattern now say? It says crochet a bunch of single crochets. So what's a bit funny with this pattern is when you get closer to the end, it basically asks you to do a couple of rows where you just do single crochets but no increase. So normally that would kind of make the curve a bit. And even with these single crochets, it does not lay completely flat. Like it needs help to lay flat. And I'm not sure if it's due to the pattern or if it's due to my tension. But I mean, all of them have done it so far, right? Like all of the same, like this is my fourth Krølle Bølle hat and they all do it. 2, 4, 6. Oh, more parties! Thank you for your generosity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So have you all had your summer vacations or no vacations planned or what? I mean, my vacation is now gone, done and dusted. I am dreaming of vacations. I will be off again in the end of August. I'll have a few days in Denmark. But that's not vacation. I bring my work with me, so it's anything but vacation. 2, 4, 6. Because when I'm at my parents', I am also helping them do some cleaning. I help with cooking. I bring my work with me. Like I do all the things I do when I'm at home, plus maybe a bit extra. So subconsciously, it's not exactly vacation for me. But I do need to figure out what I'll bring with me when I'm leaving next time around. I need to have some sort of crafting project with me. But not sure which yet. I'll figure something out. But I mean, it's first in like, so that looks a bit weird. Because it's semi split the yarn, so I'll just redo it. But I still have like almost 5 weeks to figure that out. Am I gonna bring something to knit? Am I gonna bring something to crochet? Can I bring it with me on the flight? Probably. 2, 4, 2, 4, 6. But regardless, what I do need to ensure is that I don't forget it on the aircraft like I did last time. I mean, bloody hell. But since I am going to bring my work with me, I'm probably going to be working some of the time. And I don't recall my transfer time is that long. And I am traveling on Sundays. But, I mean, the benefit of doing a little bit means that I need to work less on the Monday. Two, 4, 6. So this Savannah color, it's definitely some sort of sandy brown. A little bit terracotta feeling, but it's not called terracotta. 2. Leslie, do you need to? Ah, frog. Oh no. needed to frog back 2 rows because I missed several increases. Oh my goodness. I hate when that happens. Yeah, no fun. Two, four, 2, 4, 6. Now it seems like I have an extra stitch. I must have counted wrong somewhere. Anyhow. We'll figure out next row. If I still have one too many, then I added an extra stitch somewhere. That's my point. See, it keeps frunking up. Like, I need to squeeze it flat. It's possible, but... Do we all wonder why we make mistakes in our projects? Well... Rev says, mine is because the coffee hadn't fully kicked in yet. That's a good point. I think I get distracted and then miss a stitch or a count. Yeah, distracted somehow, or the desire to finish up something quick and then we skip stuff. Sleepy. But mostly it's some sort of distraction on not, like, the expectation that, because it's like, when I make the Veilwyn Shawl, it's a simple 4-row repeat. I don't need to look at a pattern yet. It's probably better if I do sometimes. I guess that's a short version of it. Good. One, two, increase, then count to 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. So what I think happened is probably that somewhere I counted to 5 instead of 6 in the last row, and that's why I have a stitch too many. But we'll find out at the end of this row. We all make more errors when we are tired or not paying attention. That's also why if I am to do a couch project, I need a project where I don't need to count too much. Making rib knit beanies are great couch projects because it's just knitting rib. So couch projects are projects for when it's okay to, like, not when you don't need to count, basically. You need something simple. 2, 4, 6, 7. Like, this is not a good couch starter project. It would be fine when we get to there's a point where I need to do a couple of rows of just single crochets, no counting. So I just need to count that I do 3 rows. Like, that's very limited counting, right? It's just a question of keeping track of that you completed a row or not. Where right now with increases, it's I would definitely skip stitches if I did that while trying to watch a movie. Mm, Also, not all movies I think is friendly to watch or to craft to, because some of them are more exciting than others. And if it's exciting, then, or if I really need to pay attention because of things happening quickly, um, I mean, that's not very crochet friendly either. 2, 6, 7. It is starting to flop a little bit, but not completely yet. It's still a far way to go. I do believe I can use this whole skein, and I first need to change to the other skein when I get to the brim, if I don't remember wrong. Um, Hirschness have new Halloween yarn. I'm not sure if I can see Hirschness, but we'll try. I can see Hirschness website. I mean, there are sites in the US that blocks me due to geolocation. That is nice, though. Definitely Halloweeny. Bewitched 3-pack. So that weight-wise is roughly the same as the Hobbies Amigo XL, I think. Ooh, you have color options down here. Like, I see the green and I'm like, yeah. Please give me the green. Temporary out of stock. What's that for bullshit? No. No. That's nice. I like the green. The purple isn't bad either. Or the red. Are there more? Oh, Wicked Apple there. And Violet Veil. Yeah. Slime Time isn't bad either. I like that one. So, so you ordered it, but they won't ship it until the 28th of August. So it's like a pre-order thing. Just help me understand. 2, 4, 6, 7. Did you make plans already? Like, what are you gonna make with it? And how much did you get? They also have Christmas collections. But that's nice too. The bee stripey here. I like these colors. Oh my goodness. I see this definitely like, I see this as hats or something like that knitted up. Why is Hirschner so far away and cost a fortune to? I think I can probably have them shipped to the Netherlands, but I mean, before it's here, this yarn is going to be double the price. And then it's not that interesting anymore. A velvet moss. Blue willow. Oh, they are really nice, some of them, these bestripies. But yeah, what would it be? What would it be? Shipping. Let's go. About frequently asked questions. International ordering. That would probably be the right one. I'm not sending to Canada, but let's see. Taxes and duties. Other international, if you're outside Canada and the United States, you're responsible for any tariffs, duties, taxes, collection fee that may be charged at delivery. Yeah, I get that. but I wanted to know what's your shipping fees. It just says shipping information. Okay, here. I guess US only, returns and changes, additional shipping, insured, blah, blah, blah. I want to know international shipping, but that's US only. International orders. It doesn't say. Oh, that's a shame. Anyhow, we saw this awesome yarn. That's just for funsies. I think this is the Ocean Fizz. It is gorgy. So let's add one to chart, just for funsies. Check out. Oh no. Jesus, I hate these. Please also check the new photos. Yeah, that's good. Come on, get going. Motorbike. Yay. I want to do shipping. I don't want to do... No. Well, I'm not going to find out, I guess. I wanted to see if there was a quick way to see. Christmas collections. Oh, you can like turf a thing. That's pretty cool though. I like this owl. But it's not just owl. It's a, like oil paint, but I love the owl. It's cute. But you can get all lots of stuff at Hirschner's. Good deals, I guess. If you want to get stuff. Best-selling yarns. They also have clearance. Do you have anything interesting in the clearance? No. Not from first view. Anyhow, I think then conclusion is I'm not going to figure out how expensive it is to send from Hirschner's unless I actually officially want to make an order. And I'm not going to do that because, I mean, I'm not going to get it anyway. So I just wanted to see how expensive they wanted to charge me. I think I tested with Lion Brands once and they were like lot $60 or something like that, if not more. It's just insanely expensive to send across the ocean. 2, 4, 6, 7. And given that the yellow-haired guy has been shouting out new insults lately and added more stuff to the tariffs list, I mean, for fuck's sake, he's not making us happy, isn't he? Napkin math for shipping would to you would probably be roughly 1 arm and 1 leg. Yes. I mean, I think it's a little bit like ordering from Ice, except Ice yarn is also more at a price to eat. It's just doubling the yarn. So if I look on Ice website and I say, oh, I'd like to get, but of course, they definitely have yarns that I want to get for sure. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, now when we're talking about it. Popping over to Ice's website. I mean, for 99 cents, we got this like blown yarn, which is acrylic polyamide, but it almost looks like a fluffy, nice, warm one. 50 grams to 140 meters. That's definitely yarn I could work with as well. It looks nice. called Moon. They have a few different colors, not many, but they have a few. I mean, I would then probably pay something after shipping and taxes and everything closer to $2 per skein, but that's still okay. I mean, that I would have to double the Americans as well. Looking at those, let's see. Do they have any good promotion yarns? Nothing listed because it's not Tuesday. Daily deals. Sometimes they have nice stuff here. Mostly they don't. Not much. Closeout yarns. That's their really good bargain shop, by the way. Their closeout yarns. But then we can still revert to what do I need and why do I need and stuff like that, right? Right now there isn't. I have this yarn actually, the jacquard cotton, but in a different colorway. Mine are in browns. The sock is on sale. Their sock yarn. I'm thinking of Lisa when I see this color. But bottom line is, you can find some really good deals, but I mean, let's say 50% wool, or even the magic yarns, you're right, favorite magic. It's from €1.62, so that would probably be closer to $3 for me per skein, which is still within reason, right? If I wanted to use this particular colorway. I mean, it's not bad. Like if you would double strand it and ensure it's not necessarily going together, that could be really nice. But then at the same time, I am not in a position where I need to do that because I have so much yarn. I have so many projects I want to do. There is no need. There is definitely no need. Yeah, I counted wrong because my stitch count is matching again. It's correct. So I definitely did a wrong count somewhere. But that's okay. You know, I mean, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, it would definitely cost me an arm and a leg to get it shipped from the US. So, I mean, if I really don't need it, I should probably not necessarily order it. There is alternatives. I've found a different alternative for some of the mandalas from Lion Blends, where I'm like, yeah, I should pick that up. And I have this idea for a shawl design. Okay, so that was round 9. I need to make it bigger than this. I need to go for the large. Ta-ta. So here we start by increasing, which means that before I insert my stitch marker, I finish the increases. And then count to 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. And then I need to do a normal row, and then I need to increase, and then I need to do 3 rows. So what I think I'll do is we do another. So I'm right now on row 10, and I'm gonna do until with row 12. And then we'll change project. Because then I'm at a point where it's an easy cracker to work on. And I don't know if he's in a movie mood tonight. And if so, then I need an easy project. And that this could be an easy project. So that's my thinking. Two, 4, 6, 8. So I need to think practical sometimes when I'm planning. And if it's not happening, I mean, then that'll be fine too. Hey, Sarah! Nice to see you. Good morning, lady. If I remember correctly, arm and leg comes from a portrait making because it's one thing for heads and shoulders portrait, but if you want to add limbs, that'll cost you. Really? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And indeed, good morning to Minnesota. I mean, it could probably be the truth. I mean, painters back in the day had to charge somehow for whatever they were doing, right? Did see lots of old paintings this week because we were visiting a castle, an absolutely freaking gorgeous castle at Hillerød. It's a former king's castle. Even. Rev has a movie date with his wife this evening. Ooh, the new He-Man movie is on Prime Video now, and since she has been watching the old cartoon, she wants to rewatch it. That's great. I like movie night. It's nice. I think we are all caught up on whatever we are watching together. Me and my partner, we did watch something last night. So I'm not sure if there is something we need to watch. 2, 4, 6, 8. But it's also not like a dire need thing. It's just nice to have something practical. So if we do watch something, then I have something that I can easily work on. I'm back on the diet. It went really well until then I went on vacation, and then on vacation I was a little bit more chill with it all, which I had allowed me to, and now I just need to get back on track. 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. Which I did good because we did move a lot. Like um, at the place where we went to see the old castle. Well, I should see if I can actually find photos for you guys. Not necessarily the photos I took, but I mean, this works. This is just Google. Because for us it was cloudy, so it was not as gorgeous as this lovely lake view. No. But I did see it from this side because this is from the garden side, I believe. But yeah, so that's where we went, and they have like a long garden, and we parked at the end of the garden because there was free parking. But it was a bit more than a kilometer walk instead of parking where it was paid, which was much closer. But they even offered the opportunity to the free parking, and I was like, yeah, why wouldn't we do free parking? I mean, let's just walk a bit. That would be good for us. This is from the courtyard from the other side. So basically, this photo is the back side of this photo. Also, you couldn't get a nice photo because this whole tower on the left side was all covered in stuff like for renovations. This is the night hall, which is gorgeous. It was all full of. They had a huge goblin exposition, which is basically not goblins but tapestries. That was the right English words. In Danish, it's gobliner, but it's not a goblin as in goblin, but it's tapestries. They had a whole big tapestry exposition. Because back in the 1800, the castle burned down, and lots of the or some of the castle burned down, and some of the lots of the tapestries got lost, so they had to recreate them. This is the church that's connected on the side. Basically, this church, you can see the tower of the church there in the back. Absolutely gorgeous. Great sound in there. The whole way to the reception room, it's a bit of a lovely moment as well. Great views. But yeah, so we chiseled along here, and this side we didn't see. We walked over the bridge though. But yeah, we were there. It was absolutely stunning. This was the dining hall. I mean, freaking gorgeous. I have a photo of, I'm not sure if I have a photo of this one, but I definitely have a photo of this because I have a photo of this piece. And I don't know why you can't see the garden. Yeah, well, here's the gardens. So, this photo, so there's the castle. Here's the gardens. And somewhere about this distance of the length of this garden, that direction down, is where we could park the car for free. So we walked. So I was actively exercising. I was actively exercising while on vacation. Sarah says, reminds me of the residence in Munich. It was absolutely wonderful watch. So this was Frederiksborg, which is a former the former residence of the king, but he moved out back in the 1800s. So many, like before they moved to Copenhagen. But absolutely gorgeous. And it's also huge when you're there. You can't grasp it. And then when I compare it to the castle we viewed here in the Netherlands 2 weeks ago, obviously that was tiny in comparison, even though it seemed and felt big. But way too many tourists to make these fancy Instagram moment photos. 2, 4, 6, 8. And we also visited my old club when I was there, my old shooting club. So I went shooting with my partner. We had a small little competition. Um, so that was fun. That was quite fun. We shot small bore, 50 meters outside, which I haven't done for years. And I'm not sure if my partner's ever actually done outdoors. It was okay, weather-wise. Not too windy. 2, 4, 6, 8. So yeah, and I were out also last night on a bike, doing a round. That's set in 34 degrees. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna do anything tonight. I might just be skipping. Two, 4, 6, 8. Sarah asked me what I'm working on. I am working on another Krølle Bølle bucket hat. We've done them a few times. Let me put back up. This colorway I'm doing is inspired a little bit by the original pattern. It is a hobby paid pattern, but here's a photo of it. And I think it's a gorgeous bucket hat. I have a darker and a lighter brown as well next to the brown I'm currently working with. The yarn I'm working with is not Hobby's yarn though. It is a similar weight-wise. It is Linda Hobby's 8/8. So it's weight-wise similar to Hobby's 8/8 cotton, either in the rainbow or Friends. 8/8 just defines that it's like a DK weight-ish cotton. So that's the colorway I'm working with here, and these are the two others. I have lighter and a darker brown I'm going to use for the granny bits. The only thing I see now in this is, because I'm using this as a main color, I may want to do different on the brim. But it's not bad doing light dark. Could work. It's a bit different than what I've done so far. If bucket hats are popular, I don't know actually if they are. I think they're cool. Bucket hats are generally, I guess, more and more popular compared to what they have been. I think it's all a period thing. Compared to trousers, I mean, I've suffered for 15 years, or 10 to 15 years. So every 10 to 15 years, then the clothing style changes, and I've just suffered the slim fit generation. I mean, I do not have a body that demands or calls for any slim fit clothing. I would need to starve myself before I get to that point. And I mean starve, because I would need to lose lots of weight or move a lot and eat a lot less or whatever, to have that fit me anywhere by remotely decently. So when I find trousers that fits my legs, either my calves or my thighs, I will have so much extra material around my waist because my waist is rather slim compared to the rest of my body size. So even back when I were 40 pounds lighter, my issue were the exact same. 2, 4, 6, 7. That doesn't match. No. And I remember we had to fit the clothing for the Olympic collection in 2011. And when I was doing that, I could inform them that I couldn't fit whatever trousers they had. So they contacted me, the clothing company that was sponsoring us. And they told me that I was having 3 different trouser sizes depending on where my body would measure, basically. Henceforth, they custom made slim fit trousers for me, and they were actually looking nice on me. But I am now a happy girl again because they have started getting the more like wide fit back into the collection, and I'm a wide fit girl. That looks best on me. What's no matter weight in the past or now, wide fit is my way to go. That's just a fact. Okay, so I need to get down where I was because I was in the pattern. Good. That was round 10. And now we need a full round of single crochets, no increase. That's easy. So what I like with this one is it's worked spirally, which means here there is whatsoever no visible look, also because the increases are done unevenly. You can't exactly, like, I know this is around where I go up, but it does kind of move back a little bit from the starting point. But I mean, because there's no slip stitching between the rows, it looks very nice and sleek. I like that. Okay. 80 stitches around. Sarah says, I get it, me too. I'm 40 and will round. Well, Sarah, we're almost even age then. I'm 41, but I still mean like well rounded is probably a nice way of saying it. I am though trying to diet. And since something new, and I did that a few weeks before I went on vacation, I have started trying to note down intentionally everything that I put into my mouth. Not fully, but almost. I'm getting back into the habit to help me track what I consume, because apparently that is needed. My biggest issue is the snacks. All sorts of snacking. Not necessarily my portion size. They seem to be all right. But the snacks, like, I don't really have room for snacks. Or well, I could, but then I need to do, and then I would need to exercise more. So it's like basically it's a choice, right? It's an either or, which is fair enough. I mean, and I've done it efficiently in the past. I've efficiently in the past lost something along the lines of, I think, 15 pounds by notoriously tracking and kept stable after I did that. The real problem that I encountered this time around was COVID, and it's just been stuck since. And I think because I wasn't either during the job I had during the COVID years, so I was, first of all, I was sitting still. But it was also a job where I guess I got some unhealthier habits, like I were moving less, and sometimes food was a scarcity because sometimes you were unlucky, you were with a customer and you didn't get your lunch break, and then you basically devoured food when you had the chance to eat. Yeah, you know, much different than what I was used to. But also, I was used to a lot more moving. Normally, I would over the day be out and about and move a lot more than I suddenly did. And that kind of scared me in hindsight. Now I am definitely moving more, but I'm still not moving as much as I would want to. Weight management is a journey. I understand the challenges. Ooh, thank you, Jessica. It is a party day, isn't it? I should actually also just celebrate my members in general. Thank you. But yeah, it's a challenge, and I've been good at it in the past, but life just changed. And I think the challenge is just that I started, it's a combination of, starting to snack more and move less. It's just not been good for me. And it's not like when I'm looking at me, it's not like it's bad, because I know others who has far bigger issues. But I mean, I definitely need to get something done about the current situation. And I want to. For my own health. Oh, I can also feel my fingers. We need a break soon. I mean, look, I'm getting yarn finger. So it says I have to pop in and out again, but I have so much to do and so little time, so I better get back to the grind. Catch you in the replay. Looking forward to seeing your progress on the hat later. Thank you, Sarah. I will definitely show you Friday, because I think the progress today is that we are gonna do one more row after this, and then I will see if we can work a little bit on the shawl that I started, unless we are gonna sew together that vest, which I genuinely should get doing as well. I mean, it is pending there, but it could also be that that's a project for tonight. Good morning, Megan. Thank you. I had a great stay away. Take care, Sarah. I will catch you later. Thank you for peeking in. It was super much appreciated. Sometimes even the short peeks are nice, right? So, hey, thank you. Now, it really starts to be funky. This I can't curve out in the same way. Well, yeah, not completely. It's just how the pattern is. That's my end conclusion here. Good. So I need one more increase row, and then that is it for this hat for today. We start by 4 single crochets. Increase 9. So 1, 2, 3 plus the 1 I did gives the increase. I've made 2 of the bucket hats over the weekend. This, the one, the Krølle Bølle one, which is a funky way of, it's a, Krølle Bølle is actually a Danish gnome on an island of Bornholm. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. That's awesome. So you know exactly what I'm doing right now. 2, 4, 6. The only downside is it's single crochets, and I mean it takes forever. I really like how they come up too. So the only thing, because this is a bit more based on the pattern, inspired a bit more by the pattern colors, I just need to decide when we get there, should I, then I'll do light and dark like they do on the pattern. That will probably work nice for the brim. Unless, of course, I'll suddenly throw in the dark to make it nice out, but it's not completely. Jessica can't remember how many rows there are in the Veilwyn Shawl. I can't remember either. I would need to open the pattern, but there's many. $47. Well, that's without the extension. You want the extension? Well, I'll see if I get to the extension with whatever I've done. I mean, I've added yarn to the 1,000-meter cake, so I'll expect I may have extra, but I'll have to look at it when we get there and get an idea of how much more than the extension I can do, like what's feasible, and if I may need to check if I indeed have that exact yarn color in my stash as extra yarn. But you know, that is a headache I will take when we are there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. What colors did you, by the way, make your bucket hats in, Megan? And did the sizing work out reasonably for something along the lines of Lily Sugar and Cream? Or what yarn did you end up using with it? White, blue, and nougat. Oh, okay. I never thought about combining it with blue, but you probably could. This is a bit nougat color. Ah, drops Paris. Yeah, perfect. Yep, definitely. If you had that, perfect. It's on sale right now. I want to get yarn. Susan's supposed to tell me I shouldn't because I should shop my stash, which she's totally right about. I mean, I'm actually this year trying to make an actual effort of having my stash decreased rather than being just on the limit. Like last year, I wanted to decrease it, but I was just on the edge. Like it was kind of yes, no ish. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. This year, I want to actually do it. Go shop your stash. Thank you, Susan. I knew you were hiding here. I am able to. This is my stash, by the way. This is coming out of my stash. So I am shopping it. It's yarn that I bought last year. And I have yarns looking at me right now, being like, so please buy me new, buy me friends. But no, 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 no. Not yet. I mean, I have one permission that is when the hobby twisters, the Halloweens, they go on sale and the green one is still there. Then I'm allowed to get yarn. But not before then. And hopefully that will be the last order of the year as well. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So I am doing my best to shop my stash. And so far I've generally been succeeding, I would say. I'm not as awesome as Rev, who uses so quickly. But yeah, I've been a good girl this year so far. We did get some extra yarn in January, and I told you guys I had to because of I didn't want to lose the yarn I could get for free with my points, so it was like free yarn. Use the yarn you already have, since you have to have existing yarn that yarn like you want new yarn. Yeah. Use the yarn you already have, since you had to have existing yarn like you want new yarn now. Rev is at 128 for the year. I'm not. I could give a look how much I am for factual counts. But I'm not, definitely not at 128. I wish. That would be good. But we also know that I use thinner yarns than Rev, so it takes longer for me to get through 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And if anything, I need to treble up some of them, right? And get some beanies knit. He is a blanket machine. The hat collector shawl I'm going to start after is cakes I have, but the veil one I got yarn. Yeah. Well, I had yarns for both of them, but I did get some yarns for the hat collectors earlier this year as a part of an order. But those yarns I'm still gonna be able to use for future shawls, so it's okay. Definitely got stuff on my stash for that. I am currently, as of speaking moment, at 43 used for the year, which is still less than both whole of 2024 and whole of 2025. But I have potential. Because we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months to go, right? And one of the projects I have is I wouldn't say a quick make, but it's definitely a quick skein consumption. Because I do have enough yarn to do another triple stranded rib knit beanie. The only thing is that I'm missing the third yarn, and I have been debating on. I think I may have a white laying somewhere, and that could probably work as an alternative for one of them. I have lots of white acrylics here and there in the end. Plus, it's a value yarn, so it's not like a big crisis that it gets used. I think I got it because I needed it for some wings for some amigurumi I had planned out. But it is an acrylic, so it should be fine. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Now I feel I'm missing a stitch. I did also just before. I must have counted wrong somewhere. But yeah, so I've definitely, for right now, as of today, speaking moment, used up more yarn than I've bought. And that counts for both amount of skeins, cakes, hanks, balls, etc., as well as for weight and length of yarn. So that is awesome. Okay, so we did our increase. That means that the rest of this pattern, right now, I need to do 3 rows of just single crochets, which of course I could do now, but my finger says it needs a break. I do pull quite a bit in this. That's reality. So right now I do need to do, I think I need a 5mm as well. But yeah, so I need to do 3 rows of single crochets and then slip stitch a row. And then it's time to change yarns, more or less. Not completely. Yeah. So there's a couple more, like there's 5 rows until I need to change yarn. But anyhow, we are pretty set for, and we still are like halfway through this, but we're pretty set for a project night. Should my partner want to watch something with me. And I may pull out the 5mm for the slip stitches around, because then I pull less tight on it. Awesome. Let's find row 20 on the Veilwyn. That's wrong. I finished row 20. I need to go to row 21. Good. I also need to do sewing together of the waistcoat, but that is for next time. So, Veilwyn. There I also have some sewing to do. You can't completely see it. There you have it. In its all might and glory. I need to sew in the end up here. And I need to sew in these ends where I cut the yarn off the off-white. As you can see, I used about, this was full when I started, and it was about probably a third of the cake. And now I'm using their mermaid color, so this is the colorway we are working with. What it's gonna turn into being is the side I'm pulling from. It's right now friendly enough to take out, but since I'm pulling from the inside, I am going to let this one stand in my box. For the lovely pleasure of the working process. Good. Jessica is going to email us a picture once she's finished of her Veilwyn. Yes, we would love to see it. And the heart collectors, young lady. You made the heart collectors too. Flip the work around and make a double crochet. We'll stack them for good measures. Like that. skip to double crochet. And then into the space we go. I have to say it does work really nice and smoothly with this crochet hook combined with the Hobby Twister yarns. This was though Hobby Friends the off-white, but you know it works up and it feels so close to be the same. I think it's just different dye lots, basically a different dyeing. Then they want me to chain 3, skip to the space, single crochet in the single crocheted stitch. Yeah, so it's basically like what we just did the previous row. From what I can see. So that's easy. That bit is easy. Easy peasy. We also have just about half an hour. So maybe we should talk about food. I mean, what's up for dinner? We have some pork fillets that's marinated in what they call summer style. So we're gonna do boiled potatoes with broccoli and pork fillets, basically. So nothing crazy. But I do need to peel potatoes because I haven't done that yet. That is what I'm gonna do as soon as I've cleaned up the mess that I've created here on the table. Then I am gonna peel some potatoes and prepare some broccoli and find the frying pan. So what's up for your guys' dinner? It is Wednesday, so some of you are obvious. I believe Ref is on the chicken. If I remember right, today's a chicken tandoori. Isn't that Wednesdays? I think it is, without being 100% sure. Oh, not tandoori, teriyaki. Oh, I was close, right? Chicken teriyaki. Yeah, no rice here today. I wouldn't mind though. Then Thursday is at my in-laws. So I get to do other things tomorrow. I definitely do have some things I most likely need to get done. Very likely need to get done. Last night I did something different. I took stir-fry veg pack, broccoli, carrots, and snow peas, onions, chicken pan, fried them with salad, salt, pepper, cayenne, smoked paprika, garlic powder, and onion powder. Served it with a saffron rice. That doesn't sound too bad. Not familiar with snow peas though. That's new for me. I have like a veggie bowl thing, which is like a salad, that I'm going to try out at some stage, but it could also be used as a lunch bowl. Um, I just haven't tried it out yet, and it's probably something that try out when I don't have an awful lot plans. Because in the event I don't like it, I need to have an emergency solution for the lunch. But it also has like lentils and chickpeas and stuff like that in it. Um, I'm not sure if I like it because it's kind of like sort of pre-made, but you know, maybe it could be an option for me to get something different for lunch once in a while. Snow peas, you eat the whole pod. Ah, so like snack peas, basically, we would call them, or sugar peas. Like, you know, the thinny ones. That makes good sense. Then I'm cool. Two, three. I'm gonna give it a look in a few because that is a bit of the repeat here finished, and then I need to read the pattern, so it's a perfect time to see me stop. This is what they look like. Yeah, I would call them like snack peas. I'm good with those. I did not know that they would call them snow peas in English though. But yeah, I'm cool with those. I think they also have lots of oh, what is it called? Fibers, because you get to do the pods, including skip 2. Yeah. Front post. Yeah. Skip 2 and 2. Yeah, okay, cool. That's easy. But yeah, so that's kind of what I also reached to work on in the car. There, out of the group of scrunchies that I made. But yeah, we will see how far I am on the hat um on Friday, because I'll be back on Friday with another live with you guys. That's a plan. And then I need to figure out how next week is gonna be looking. Next week, Monday, we'll have another sort my stash video. It is hobby work from home Monday amongst things. Um, okay, so I need to check what we do as we get to the center here. So yeah, I'll be live again Friday, then again Wednesday and Friday next week, unless something crazy changes. Let's see. Skip to repeat until the middle. Oh, so they may want to. So that's 2, and there is a space here. So I think that's what's going on here. Or I need to go down and check. They have, and that's what's actually quite nice with Morben here. She has the patterns both written out as well as she has a diagram for it. And I may need to look down at the diagram for this bit, because I think I'm doing it right, but I'm not fully sure. But that's what logic tells me right now. This is blue section bracket between the points, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I did it correct. Awesome. That is wholesome. I did it correct. No need to frog. Back to round 9, and my count is correct. Hooah! This is what I get for not counting my rounds before. Yep. I told you guys so many times, always double count. I remember I did with the last couple of rows with the heart collectors, because I refused needing to frog rows back on that, because a row was hours of work, right? So I kept, at that point, I intentionally insisted on counting more than I normally would. Because for obvious reason, I did definitely not want to redo that. Yep. I think we can actually finish this row. Which would be nice, by the way. I mean, I like finishing on a row. Hey, Jay! Great to see you. It's definitely been a while. I've also been away on a short vacation. For some of you guys, that's just been a week and a half with me not being around. For me, it was nice just to get out and about. But yeah, I haven't seen you for a bit. Great to see you. Hope you're having a good time and that you are doing well. Here's a question for the whole class. When doing increases in the round, do you prefer to increase in the first stitch of the increase or the last? Depends. When doing increases in the round, what I really have liked with, and what I do like, especially depending on the stitch, but with the hat, I've just made it increases unevenly. So first you increase, obviously, if you do it the round, you increase in each stitch. And then afterwards you do whatever stitch and then increase, stitch, increase, stitch, increase. The following you would do 2 stitches and increase, or you would 1 stitch increase, 2 stitches increase, 2 stitches increase. So it kind of depends on the design also. And it depends if you want the feeling, because if you do keep increasing over the same stitches, you will get a clear path where it's been increased. Like you can find your increases where in the event of, I'm going to find it in any case now. Ouch. And this, it's more difficult to see where the actual increases has been made because it's not done over the same stitches. It's unevenly increased, even though it's evenly. So it goes smoother. The only reason it wobbles like this is because it increases more than, well, it should have had more stitches probably to look nicer, I think. Plausibly. But again, that's what the designer does, so I just follow the pattern. I guess it's also because I can't be bothered to do the calculations all the time, though it would probably be nicer. My stomach is complaining to me that it's dinner time, but honestly, it's not. It needs to wait another hour. So yeah, it kind of depends on the pattern and what I'm trying to obtain, and if it's a desirable outcome, if you can see where the stitches increases happen because it's on the same spot it happens. It has both benefits and disadvantages, I guess. Also, sometimes you can get the feeling it's not completely round, but it gets more like cornered by doing this increases in the same stitch every time, if that made any remote sense. Do, do, do. Oh my goodness. I think my stomach says that I had too little lunch, which is not true. I had a whole bun and a banana. Mm. Do, do, do. We're almost there at the end of this row. And obviously this skein, because it's a cake, will take longer to consume. But maybe what I should do at some stage is I need to weave in these ends. That would be really nice because now they're just flappering around. I should weave them in. We are way past where it's definitely doable. But I also know well enough that that's gonna take a few minutes to do. So that's not gonna happen right now. But yeah, we have two ends I need to weave in here and one here. So, and this definitely will benefit from a block. This I know. This shawl will benefit from a block when we get there. But one more row on. Still no color change in sight, but it should technically slowly come. I am pretty happy. So we did row 21. Awesome. I like it. I'm happy with how this pops. Yep. We could. I don't know how it will work if I did not add the start section here. Um, sorry. But it is sort of like when you get to this point of doing it, it does kind of make sense when it happens. Because in the pattern it wasn't clear to me, because it wasn't really kind of mentioned. But I also don't think you necessarily need to do it. You could also just, if you had a cake long enough, just crack on without, basically. Yeah. What I'd probably do is once I'm done with this, I'll wait up and get an. Or I could weigh the other one up and get an estimate on how much yarn is here. But I would probably be better off weighing the shawl once it's finished, and then make a rough estimate on the length. And then maybe one day, if I get yarns, then I would get or order a custom yarn from this is awesome Polish brand. There's also some Germans. I know that one of them, I should have a discount voucher if I wanted to order yarn from them at some stage. I got them from Instagram because what happened a while ago is that I should have defaulted myself. Now, yeah, that was better. I told them a link didn't work, and then they said to me that they wanted to give me a discount. Should I want to do that? Let's see if I can find it. From Magic Yarn Ball. I'm just trying to see if I can find it. It's magicyarnball.com, something along those lines. Yeah. Popping away here as an example. She's in Germany, and she also makes these cakes where you can create your own and so on. And then that's an option, like unless they have some where, oh, that's definitely updated since that's cool. But I mean, this one is gorgeous. Canter Fuchsia Raspberry Blackberry. You can glitter effect. I don't need that, but I think this one is gorgeous. This is a 3-ply. You could also do it as a 4-ply, and then, for example, order it as a 215 or the 4-ply if that's wanted. But I think it's a nice color, and that could work great too. But yeah, I have a discount code or an offered discount code if I would want to get that at some stage. Because if I wanted to make an order, she wanted to set up a discount code for me. I just told her it wasn't working, the link, and now it does. But that's actually quite cool. And I'm not into pinks, but this is actually a nice pink, honestly. Yeah. So that's some pretty one. That's some pretty nice ones. So that's a joke. So I want to order from them at some stage, but we have a goal. And I also have some Halloween yarns from Hobby I want, and I also want to make sure that I do decrease my stash. Henceforth, I am keeping very closely watch, so I don't increase. I will decrease. That is my goal for the year, and so far we are in the decrease still. I will keep watch. Don't worry. So it's 5 p.m. here, which means that for me it is time to start prep for dinner and clean up all this mess I've done. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you're rewatching this stream from the very start to the very end, thank you so much for your support. And Jessica also says she's off and she sent me an email. I will have a look at your email, and who knows, we could share it on Friday if you feel like it. I'm definitely there on Friday around 2 p.m. Central European Time. So that is about 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. Mountain Time, 5 a.m. if you're all the way over at the West Coast. That's pretty much it. I had a great time in your company. I had a great vacation, and I'm happy to be back. And I will see you all on Friday, hopefully. Until then, take care and happy crafting. Stay stitchy. And until then, maybe either in another video or in the next live. Bye.